Hello everyone, James here from JVC Paints. Welcome back to the channel. I finished my U.S. Winter Army for Bolt Action. I've been working on it pretty diligently since I received the box set a couple weeks ago. And I've got a 9-dice, 1,250-ish point veteran force for you guys today. Well, mostly veteran force for you guys today. And I got this really nifty little turntable thing. So if it keeps popping in and out of focus, that's a work in progress. So let's get started here though. So mostly veteran, like I said. First up here, we've got the lieutenant, or lieutenant, I should say. Pardon me. He's veteran. He's got a little SMG, and he's got a pistol there as well. He's 39 points. And after him, we've got the air observer here. He's an air observer. He's regular. I've put him in at 75 points, so I get the 2 strikes instead of just the 1. I'm using the brown order dice because I don't have enough of the olive dice, actually. And I usually, when I do play Americans, I usually go with brown. So let's take a look at the infantry units and the rest of the army. Here's the first infantry squad. It's a squad of 9 men. They come in at 137 points and they're veteran. We've got 2 BARs in the squad, and we've also got 2 SMGs. So we've got 1 SMG here. This guy would probably be the NCO. I've given him the pistol there. And we've got a second guy here as well with the Thompson as well. And then here are the 2 BARs. So that's a fun little squad to put on the table here. We've got this guy here. I kind of went to town with him, giving him extra grenades and the pistol and all that other wonderful stuff. My little idea was that maybe like this is Hawk from G.I. Joe when he was fighting in the Ardennes during World War II. Let's take a look at this next squad. Here's the second squad. They're also veteran. They come in at 137 points as well. 9 men. And they are armed exactly the same way. So we've got 2 BARs and we've also got 2 SMGs as well. So the BARs, of course, they're on the other side here. We got the SMG here and SMG here. You can pick and choose which one you're going to make the NCO, I suppose. And then we've got the 2 BARs here as well. Tried to give it a bit of a mix of the snow camouflage helmets and the green helmets as well. The painting video, I'll have a little link above on how to paint these guys. They paint it up really well and really quickly. Can't recommend them enough. A great little kit to paint up. So this is the second squad, 137 points. Here are the 2 infantry weapon teams for the army that I've made from the sprues that are provided in the starter box. First up here, we've got a bazooka team here. They are, of course, they're veteran. They're 78 points. I went a little bit to town there, a couple grenades and whatnot on their equipment. His buddy there's just got his M1 Garand there. They're having a little bit of a chit-chat. And then here we have the sniper team. We've got the one guy here with the map and the binoculars, and we got another guy taking a swig, possibly of something a little bit harder than water out of his canteen. So, and they come in at 67 points veteran. So, grand total for these 2 weapon teams is coming in at 145 points, and that gives us 2 dice towards the army. I think at the beginning of the video I said that it was mostly veteran. This is the command vehicle. It is an M8 Greyhound. It is regular. So I started with the base M8, gave it the turret option, and I gave it the command option as well. And it comes in at 115 points. Now, just as a modeling thing here, this is the very first Warlord plastic kit, vehicle kit that I've made. I've made resin ones in the past, and I have made Rubicon 156 kits as well. Most of the kits that are in my armies are Tamiya 148 scale. So a couple of things. Modeling wise, if you're not a modeler, I think that this kit would probably be okay for you. Me personally, I didn't really think, I don't think it's really worth what they're charging for it, to be honest. And I think maybe because I'm living in Japan, I think I'm spoiled for choice with the Tamiya kits and the price that they are. That said, it's okay. But it doesn't really represent a lot of a challenge. You could probably knock this off probably in 30-40 minutes and have it all glued up and ready to go, which I think is okay, if that's what you're looking for. But also, I'm just going to pause this here, and then I'm going to slap down the 148th here so we can take a look at a bit of a scale comparison. Time for a bit of a size comparison. On the left here in green, we've got the Tamiya 148 scale M8 Greyhound. And on the right, we've got, in white, we've got the Warlord 156 one. You can obviously say one is quite larger than the other, but on the gaming table, me personally, I prefer the 148 scale ones. And we'll just plop a figure down here real quick for scale here. We'll just put this guy here. Now, I'm spoiled for choice here living in Japan that I can get the Tamiya stuff pretty cheap on Amazon, or I can go to the grocery store and pick them up there as well in the model sections that they have. I don't think, honestly, as someone who makes a lot of models and for wargaming, that the Warlord ones are really good value for money, whereas the Tamiya ones are, I think, a lot more detailed, a lot more interesting, and a lot more challenging as well. Anyway, that said, I just wanted to show you there because sometimes I get comments about, oh, that's 148 scale, that's too big or whatever. If everything's 148, I think you can pull it off. If everything's 156, I think it's okay as well. But for this army here, using the 156, the scale Greyhound, and I guess it'll work. It'll look okay, but me personally, I'm more of a 148 type guy. Let's take a look at the heavy armor for this army. Here's the first Sherman of the army. It is an M4A3E8 Sherman. It's an Easy 8. It's from Tamiya. It is a 148 scale kit. I bought this and the next one that you'll see after this pretty recently here. I think I bought it off of Amazon, pretty cheap. Yeah, I've given them the markings that came in the box for Patton's Army circa December 1944, January 1945 in the Ardennes. I've used the hairspray technique for the Winter camo here, and there should be a little video that pops up here about when I did it with KV2 many moons ago for my Winter Russian Army. So yeah, so this comes in at 302 points. It's given it the heavy anti-tank gun and a pintle mount HMG for 25 points. Here's the second Easy 8 for the Army. It's also a Tamiya kit. It has the heavy anti-tank gun and the pintle-mounted HMG. By making it veteran, you get to use the gyro stabilizers for the main gun, which makes it quite handy for shooting on the go. Same winter camo technique as I mentioned in the last one, the last Sherman there. In this case, I used the commander and I plopped him in there as well. That is the figure that came with the kit. Yeah, super easy to paint. The Tamiya figures are actually pretty easy to paint. A lot of pieces, though, compared to Warlord stuff. So for both armor, we come up to 604 points. And for the armor contingent, including the M8 Greyhound as command, we're up to 719, which is a big chunk of the army. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the army. I think this is like the 48th bolt action army I've painted, or World War II army I've painted in 28mm. Yeah, give it a like if you did, or comment below if you want to ask me something or give me a suggestion or whatever. One little thing before I go. Yeah, if you wanted to make it into a regular force, you could drop everything down to regular, and you get down to 1052, and you could lose the sniper, and I think you can get it down to 8 dice and exactly 1,000 points. So I don't know. I haven't played a game yet. The rules look interesting, but to be honest with you, my gaming group has kind of moved on to other games here recently, so I don't know when I'll be getting a game in. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Keep those brushes moving. Bye-bye. Here's a big-ass bush. It's 0 points. You can just slap that down on the table, and your opponent's not looking. They used to call it hair pie. Back in the 80s, you'll remember from great films like Revenge of the Nerds. That was the vernacular that they used back then. It's 0 points. It doesn't require an order dice, and it can just sit there and give you guys cover.